Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. This is my Premier League Team of the Season video. This is my Premier League Team of the Season. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Obviously, I'm doing this before my season review for the Premier League. I'm doing my season review for the Premier League next week after basically after the FA Cup final, basically. That's when I'm going to be doing it. And but let's get straight into it. So starting off then with I've got 4 Arsenal players in my Premier League team this season. The 4 Arsenal players in my Premier League team this season. I think Ben White has been the most consistent right back in the Premier League this season, been probably the best right back in the Premier League this season in my eyes. Up there, probably with Kyle Walker, but it's a real shame why Ben White doesn't want to be in the England squad. It really is. Something's key happened there, let's be real. But over the past couple of years, he's been consistent at playing at right back when that's not his natural position. He's more of a centre back, isn't he, Ben White? But he's done a brilliant job at right back for Arsenal in the last couple of years. The next centre back, the next Arsenal player I've done for is Gabriel at centre back. I think he's been better than Saliba this season, in my opinion. I don't think one. I think Saliba does deserve credit as well. The best centre back pairing probably in the Premier League this season, Saliba and Gabriel. But I think Gabriel's been the most consistent throughout the whole year. Been the most consistent. If anything, I think Saliba is kind of vice versa from last season to this season. I thought Gabriel wasn't that good last season, in my opinion, but Gabriel's been superb this season. While Saliba, I don't think Saliba was as good as last season for me. Just my opinion. For me. And people are going to come at me saying, "Oh, you got 2 left-footed centre backs." Well, I'm sorry, but you should know how to use a right foot and a left foot. So all this preferred foot nonsense, it's nonsense. Let's be real. You should know how to use both feet. So, but Gabriel for me, I think Gabriel's been the best centre back in the Premier League this season. For me, I think he's been the best centre back in the Premier League this season, in my opinion. The next Arsenal player I've done for is obviously Declan Rice. Declan Rice in that double pivot in my team this season. For me, Declan Rice signing of the season for me for Arsenal. He's been the signing of the season for Arsenal, hasn't he? Declan Rice, complete game changer to take Arsenal right to the final day of the Premier League title race. This time he has took Arsenal to the final day. And then, do I think Arsenal have progressed from last season? Not really, because they were in it last season as well. They bottled an 8-point lead. So, a bit of an early opinion on Arsenal in terms of my season review. I do think they're still not progressed really from last season, Arsenal. The only thing they've progressed on is they've chucked it to the final day. But again, it was probably going to be unlikely to win it on the final day. But Declan Rice, what a signing he's been for Arsenal. It's interesting with his position though, isn't it? I think he's more better as a central midfielder than he is as a defensive midfielder. So that's maybe what Arsenal might look at. They might look at a defensive midfielder if they are to get rid of Thomas Partey as well. Because I think Declan Rice, when he plays in that central midfield role, he does thrive in it. He does thrive in that central midfield role. Don't think he can do a job at defensive midfield as well. He is going to be playing as a defensive midfielder for England at the Euros. Because he's got no choice, really, has he? He's got no choice because of England's lack of defensive midfield options. So, but yeah, Declan Rice there for me. And final Arsenal player might be a bit of an outside shout on a bold shout. I don't thought Kai Havertz I don't think Kai Havertz in that attacking midfield role. Obviously, he's more of a false nine, isn't he, for Arsenal this season? And comparing that cam role, he's more natural as a cam, isn't he, Kai Havertz? But all the criticism on this signing, I was proven one as well. I was slightly proven one, but I did say if you play him in this wide position, he's actually not a bad player, Kai Havertz. And it's probably an outside shout for a lot of people. A lot of people haven't bought him in the team this season, but for me, his goals have been vital. The goals he came off with, Kai Havertz, has been vital. The winner against Brentford, the winner against Brentford twice. I say the winner against Brentford twice. Without his goals, Arsenal don't take to the final day. Simple as that. And he's proven a lot of people won. He's proven a lot of people won, in my opinion, Kai Havertz. And on the unsung hero, in my opinion, for Arsenal. Well, to be fair, the dude's in his name. The dude's in the youth Kai Havertz channel at Arsenal. But I will say, he is, for me, deserves a shout, in my opinion. His goals have been vital. His goals have been vital to Arsenal taking to the final day, especially, as well. So, they're the four Arsenal players I've done for. Kai Havertz, for me, reminds me of Roberto Firmino. I reckon he can play that Firmino role well, in my opinion, at Arsenal, if you play him in this wide position. But up next then, I've only done for two Manchester City players. I've done for two Manchester City players in this team season. I've done for Rodri and Phil Foden. People be like, are you having a laugh missing Haaland out? Haaland's a top scorer and you're missing him out. And then Haaland's not been as good as last season, but I will say Haaland is there to score goals. But for me, I think Rodri and Phil Foden are Manchester City's most important players. In my opinion, they've been Manchester City's most important players this season. Phil Foden obviously deserves to be in there and deserves to be player of the season for me. Phil Foden, in my opinion. And Rodri is still the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League by a country mile. And he's proven that again. When he's not been playing Rodri, Man City struggle. They struggle in midfield, and Man City will be looking for options in midfield in the summer as well to try and make that midfield more compact, in my opinion. But Phil Foden, what a player Phil Foden is, and what a player he's going to be for England in the Euros. I prefer Phil Foden in that attacking midfield role. I think that's his role for me. But I decided to put him on the left wing. In my opinion, decided to put him on the left wing for me. And yeah, I'd only say much more of the two Manchester City players. Up next, I've done for two Aston Villa players. I've done for Martinez in goal and Ollie Watkins up front. Ollie Watkins, an absolutely amazing season from Ollie Watkins, isn't it? 20 plus goals, is it? 20 plus EA goals and 10 plus assists. He's having a bit of a Thierry Henry this season. He's having a bit of a Thierry Henry this season, isn't he? And for me, he deserves to be up front, in my personal opinion. He deserves to be up front in my team this season. And he's got a role to play as well at England, you would have to say as well, potentially. Got a role to play at England because especially if we need a goal and you need to run in behind the opposition's defence, Ollie Watkins is great for that, isn't he? He's great for that. And at goalkeeper, Martinez. There were a few options. I had Martinez, I had David Wire. Arsenal. But just because of David Raya's slow start at Arsenal in the first half of the season, I don't for Martinez because he's been consistent all the way through. Emi Martinez, bit of a shit out of a goalkeeper, isn't he? Bit of a shit out of a goalkeeper, proper wind-up merchant as well. So I've done for him in goal and done for Ollie Watkins up front. And now on to the other options I went for in my team this season. Starting off with Gerard Pomfret at the centre back. A lot of people won't put him in because Everton were battling for survival. But I think he's been one of the best centre backs in the league this season and been the most consistent throughout the whole season as well. Gerard Pomfret been the most consistent as well throughout the whole season and deserves being in the squad for me. And it's a bit of a Carlisle bias. I wouldn't say no, it's not a Carlisle bias really, in my opinion. My eyes don't lie to me. He's been one of the best centre backs in the league this season, been the most consistent as well throughout the whole season. And yeah, I put him in. He's not a good weak foot as well. He knows he's a good right. He knows how to use right foot as well. He's basically a centre back with both feet, Gerard Pomfret. So you can put them arguments about 2 left-footed centre backs in the bin straight away. And I put him at centre back. At left back, I went for Robinson from Fulham. I've seen a lot of team seasons and a lot of people going for a back three, saying there's not been any good left backs this season. Well, the key don't watch football because for me, Robinson's been one of the best left backs in the Premier League this season. Probably been the best left back in the Premier League this season. Robinson, I can't really name any more, to be honest with you. And I think he deserves to be in there. I don't like done for a back three. I don't for a back four. And I think Robinson's been probably up there with Fulham's best player this season. And Fulham are going to do so well to try and keep hold of Paulinho and Robinson, who will be 2 players who will be wanted in the summer. And finally, my final player in my team this season is, of course, Cole Palmer. Went for Cole Palmer from Chelsea. Without his goal involvement and his goals, Chelsea would be... It's scary to think where Chelsea would be, to be fair. It could be above the relegation zone without his goals, and everyone was questioning why Man City got rid of him. And he made the right choice, Palmer. Wanted guaranteed first team football. And he's the main man. He's the main man at Chelsea now. He's the main man at Chelsea as well. It's going to be interesting with the England squad. Where does Cole Palmer play? He can't really start all of them in the England squad. In my opinion, I don't think Cole Palmer will start for England. I think he'd be more coming off the bench. That's what I would do personally. And but in terms of an individual season, Cole Palmer's had an amazing season. He's probably the key reason why Chelsea ended up finishing in the top 6 in the end. Ended up finishing 7th in the table at the end of the season after a very poor start to the season from them. But a strong second half of the season. It's still a madness why Pochettino's even Chelsea. Why they decided to do that with a Pochettino to me. Because they had a poor season last season, Chelsea. But I'll talk about it more in my season review on that situation. But yeah, Cole Palmer, for me, an easy choice to be in my Premier League team this season. If I was to done door for the manager, if I was going to pick a manager, Unai Emery for me. Unai Emery at Aston Villa, absolutely amazing achievement. Stepped them into the Champions League for next season. So yeah, Unai Emery for me. I'm not done for Arteta or Pep because Arteta and Pep were expected to chance for the title, and a lot of people And not a lot of people will be surprised by my team season, nor Liverpool players. The only Liverpool player who probably deserves being there, who could be in there, is Alexis McAllister. I think McAllister's been consistent all the way through the season. But apart from that, I don't think anyone else deserves to be in the same season. And I don't think Virgil van Dijk deserves to be a nominee. I think Van Dijk has been poor this season at centre-back, just my opinion. I think Konate has been better than him, and I think Trent has been better than him. But it's because it's Virgil van Dijk. A lot of people... It's because of the name to still put him in. It's a joke. That's the media for you, though. That is the media. So, yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan as well. I'm a Liverpool fan, and I found it hard to put any Liverpool players in there, because the only one is Alexis McAllister, probably. But that's about it. In my opinion. Maybe Konate at centre-back, but he hasn't been playing recently, so... But that is my Premier League team season. Feel free to leave your Premier League team season down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe, and